Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a quick video on looking and coding with Claude and ChatGPT. So I've used the same prompt initially, quite a long prompt here, and it's just building a social media thing. Now here on, I think this is Claude. I tell you, I get confused with these two. Let's just have a look what we're actually on. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Claude. Yeah, of course. Claude. Right. So that done. I've been finding chat though. I'm just liking using chat, but I'd kept it on the other drop down here, ChatGPT instead of Codex. So today I'm using Codex, same prompt for each one. Design on this is what I'm really liking. It's a social media kind of create posts, get keyword ideas, videos, images, different sizes, whether you're creating a new account, so whether you need the logo sizes, the correct sizes and everything. So ChatGPT is doing a nice job. Now that's interesting. Thought process, rebuilding it in ChatGPT stroke Claude visual language, like clean line icons throughout. Oh, it's strange. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. This is good, but I don't like dark themes. I like the light themes because it's easier to read, and it just feels better. I'm sick of all dark, and I'm sure that's going to change over time. So we'll see anyway. But to also, I suppose, give the option, you choose system settings or not, or light or dark. So that's another thing. But this has done a really nice job here insofar as I didn't tell it to section these out. So I said for at least the top 20 social media platforms. So we've got as messaging there, we've got writing, Medium, Substack. And what I'm going to do is, because on my channel, I better not interrupt it. I'm going to go to my channel on another page, but I've got 0 subscribers, right? So I'm starting from total scratch. And after yesterday and doing Hey Gen, oh my God, that was so much fun. It's then, okay, we've had fun. Come on, let's knuckle down and take a look. So let's just show what Hey Gen did. So it did. Actually, I will just pause it. It's all right.
Every morning, the sun rises without.
So can't change volume on that. Never mind. So basically, I'd put in a prompt here saying I'm in a cyberpunk type cafe, and I described I wanted holographic computers. So look at what it did. I mean, my t-shirt is the logo. I've got more marks on my neck. I do look a bit older, so I'm gonna have to have a word with it about that and say, "Oi, slim me down a bit." One other thing I wanted to do was say, put some cyberpunk earrings in or somewhere or other. But everything else, it's kept really well. So it's done an amazing job on that. And I mentioned a film. So I mentioned Ghost in the Shell because there's a scene in that where he's walking down the street as a guy and he's got something similar on this, but within the helmet he's looking at various things. It's like a VR helmet, if you will. So it's done an amazing job of doing that. But the other interesting thing is, if you know it's on all the screens, they're all different. And these actually do animate as well. So you've got things moving on them. And what I asked it for says, put 2 little aliens at a bar Now, my idea was for him to be at the bar here and this massive Knickerbocker glory. So it's done. It's kind of got part of that right. I says a huge Knickerbocker glory, and they're trying to get up to it. So it's done something interesting there. But look at that. It's even put like a lemon half and half. Sort of. It's not got it 100%, but it's got the straw right. And I didn't ask for all that. The bar it's put in, the textures, everything is just phenomenal. It's so this is a 15-second one. And then it says, and then I'm going to go out of the building. Now, I wasn't wearing jeans. It's put jeans on. I had shorts on. And it didn't see what footwear I got on from the pictures. But the interesting thing is, it's the same kind of colour trainers which I've got. So it's, I suppose, it's the exact same kind of trainers. That's uncanny. That's weird. But the next thing which it's done is, it says, I'm going out onto a bike. And it's like out of the scene in Ghost in the Shell where it takes off. And so what did it do? It's actually put a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, I love motorbikes and I love stretched Harleys, for instance, or total custom ones. Now this is my dream bike. It's created, and I've just like, oh man, I've got to get a prototype. So with the tech nowadays, we'll be able to get this LED light going around the rims and so on. And yeah, it's like a 300mm back wheel. Well, same with front. But just the other thing is, the photograph has got my hat and things. Now, I haven't uploaded any photographs of the back of my head or my back. So this were really interesting. But just that image alone, it's just blown me away. And I mean, it's got all these billboards. But because I mentioned Ghost in the Shell, it's actually showing a similar scene. And it gets even more similar once it kind of takes off. And check this, reflections. Do you know how unbelievable is it? And one thing which I'm wondering, does the light stay on for the backlight? But if you notice in Ghost in the Shell, they do have hovering things. And I mentioned hovering, I think, in my prompt. So it's taking off and then going. Absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to show this one. And so on this one, what I wanted to do, what I prompted it was, okay, I'm in a cyberpunk cafe. I mentioned cyberpunk, but I didn't say the year 20, what is it, 77 or something. So I said 2030. But the interesting thing, this design is not my t-shirt, but the design is phenomenal. It's just like, oh my God, this is just what I want to kind of create, crazy stuff like this. So what I'm kind of saying is, t-shirt designs, do you know, you could use these for stuff like print on demand to get the ideas and then get it printed out. And so even like a print of this, and so what I did say was, I said, okay, I want to be on a futuristic 3D, what's the word? Oh God, I forgot it now. But I want it to be Apple and promoting Hey Gen. So I did mention that. Yeah, holographic laptop. And look at that. It's just like beautiful how it's done it. And I actually gave it a script. I said, insofar as I said, I want you to say this, and I prompt it about the year is 2030. And some smart Alec put in the comment, oh, it's more like 24, whatever year. And I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. This is a test, dear to me. And anyway, never mind. Trolls. Right. So, but I didn't mention. So I've mentioned the holographic side, but it's actually making it moving my hand. I don't have an Apple Watch, but it's kind of put an Apple Watch on. I don't have a ring. It's put a ring on. And one of the pictures, so you notice I've not got glasses on here. And so I think I've uploaded some pictures where I don't have any glasses on. But it's, I mean, if you imagine, it's doing all the bends in your skin and tone and things, and it's so accurate. It's just really interesting, is that. But also, it's got the gestures with the hands and pointing and moving. And this part, I didn't. So I said, also put in two aliens in the background. And it doesn't. It waits, so it's waiting for the hook, and it's all this in the background opens up to show outside, and I suppose in this, there's a disconnect. So if you watch, she's walking. It should still be showing this and going around. Let's just see if it does. There. So we've got that transition issue there, but it's still kept this model in the background. And then that. So the turn, it's just amazing what it's done. But then showing the aliens. Now, what I did say is, I says, give them the Ghost in the Shell kind of holographic helmet, which it's done a beauty job of. But then I says, and then show the Matrix. Now, I was hoping it was going to actually stretch it around on there, but what I didn't know it'd do is, at the same time of me pressing this, it actually displays it on there. So as it goes there, and now it doesn't look like the Matrix movie, but if I'd have maybe uploaded a picture or maybe been more descriptive, it might have done. So that's going to follow is that, because I've actually taken some pictures where I'm dressed similar to how Morpheus dressed in Matrix. So that'll be fun to see what I can do from there. And this background, with all that happening in the background, is just beautiful. Absolutely love it. So I've got a kind of futuristic Apple Watch. Now, the another prompt may be that what it mentions is, like with YouTube and stuff, it's like, make it obvious it's AI, or, you say it in the thing. Now, what I could do is, you could have like a holographic badge, which is writing and saying in digital text, I am the AI avatar or something, AI rich or whatever. So I'm going to try that as well. And yeah, I think the key is you use your actual storytelling in a way. So reference movies, reference things, I'm going past a green tree or whatever, and you just be as descriptive as you can to a point. Give it some free rein, because you'd be surprised what it does pull out. But these two images are just beautiful. And then what I did do as well is, let's just go on to this one. Where is it? This is one of my favorites, because let's have a look. I don't think it's that one. Where are they? Let's have a look. It's got to be, I'm sure I named it Punk P. Oh no, dear, media. That's it. Right, Bilbo. So this is my little dog, or my nephew's dog. Now, the real interesting thing is, it actually has got the dimensions perfect. But look at this. So I mentioned, imagine I'm in North Bar, which is, I gave it a picture of it. It's done really well on representing that. The picture I gave it was a totally different angle. I was facing that way, and you couldn't see my legs. So it's put me in shorts this time, and it's rendered all this. Just mad, isn't it? But it's also rendered this somehow. So Apple Computer, and I didn't have a glass. I didn't have these papers on here, but I said, oh, I'm doing a script or something, a storytelling. So I'm going to play this.
You know, what if the character doesn't find the treasure?
And the beauty of this is, the picture I gave it, where he had this on, it's replicated that just exact. That's just nuts. But you couldn't see all little Bilbo's feet, and I just mentioned something like, "Oh, have Bilbo talk to me and give me some ideas."
What if the treasure finds him?
Baggett, you're a genius. That's a better twist than I had.
And I mentioned, do a high five and then have some girls come around.
Oh my god, you're so cute!
You know,
So it's just absolutely unbelievable. Now, all this background, it's actually created that. Now the colour schemes are right, and it's just so clever. Let me see the actual bar. Yeah, sorry, it does have this, but it's not in that direction. So it's got some picture. It's used some references, and it's just amazing. And then these coming in, and Bilbo looking away like that is just fantastic. So, and then the computer here didn't have this mark on there. I don't think I've had these on. So, and yeah, that's not my iPhone. Very, it's just unbelievable. So, that was my fun thing. I wanted to do something which has got a bar, something for like local business. So I'm kind of sending that to this place. I really like working from here and being creative. It's a beautiful place. So anyway, I'll catch you all later. And this is in Harrogate. And hope you like that. Right. And I am signing off now. Catch you all